Hey guys, happy holidays. Fun to join both of you here. Spend some time. Let's talk about 2023. All right.
Okay.
It's a pretty busy year.
A little bit, yeah.
We had our
intense.
second chapter of Legacy, right? So Legacy Evolution.
Yes.
We expanded Studio Series into Gamerverse, so that's a nice new area there.
Yeah.
So we decided we'd take a little bit of a cue from our friends Dwight, Dan, and Ryan, kind of steal their idea a little bit here. We're going to do our picks for the year, our favorite characters across our scales. So we're going to pick a core class, a deluxe class, Voyager, a leader, big figure, as we're calling it. So you have a lot of options there, Titan, Commander, you can figure out. You could use another leader if you want. And then I thought for fun, since we don't do a Build-A-Figure, say we're going to do a wild card. So you can pick anything you want in that slot. We're going to figure out who builds the best team. We'll let the fans vote on it in the chat. We're also going to kind of post up a bracket so everybody can also give us their favorites for the year, and we'll just kind of see where everybody landed. Couple little ground rules. We're going to do a little snake draft, so I'm going to go first. It'll go to you guys, and then Mark gets to pick twice, and it comes back, so you always be in the middle. So you kind of get a middle fair pick.
That's
kind of.
I'm in. Great. It's a beard sandwich again. Fine.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. And I appreciate you taking the time to explain this to us 3 times because I don't sport. So.
No, you don't sport. That's my favorite thing coming back from MCM last month was everybody's like, yeah, on Sunday I like to go to the pub and watch sport. I'm like, which sport? And they're just like, sport, whatever's on. I'm like, no. There's like particular sports, right? And they're like, no, we just watch sport. I'm like, okay, just trying to understand. So super fun.
I don't think they're there for the sport.
It's fair. So
Can we get some of that here? Yeah, that might make my picks easier.
So yeah, you don't have to pick. We don't have to pick an order. You can pick wherever you want. So like, if there's a character you're like, I have to have on my team, pick it first. Hopefully, I'm sure somewhere along the way, some of us are going to snipe each other. It'd be kind of fun. So we're just going to organically kind of pick this.
I guess.
I don't know. I'm trying to have some strategy. I'm going to cross things off. We all kind of have these printed out because there are way too many characters in the year.
Also, Mark and I live in 2025. So we could not remember what 2023 was when he told us.
Yeah, when we were talking about this, I was naming like all these characters, and none of them was the year we were talking about.
Maybe not even revealed yet. It's like,
Oh, don't say that one. We'll have to fix that.
So thank you for printing these out.
That's good.
Yes, very helpful.
So I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to go leader first.
Okay.
I'm going to steal,
Here we go.
because I think this one is kind of fun, and I'm excited we got to do it. So not a new mold, but awesome new deco, and I'm going to go G2 Grimlock from Toxitron Capsule, because that tiger stripe is just fantastic. Good job, Ed.
You have to specify unrissed G2 Grimlock.
Oh, even better,
That is true, because I went right to the blue Grimlock. I was like, wait a second,
exactly.
did we do a blue Grimlock? And I completely missed that?
No, Santa BMac hasn't brought Grimlocks around yet, so you know.
But the Tiger Stripe one is
Tiger
a
Stripe,
solid
yes, the
deco.
unreleased. That was a good one.
Yeah,
So.
I've seen quite a lot of customs at like various conventions where I was like, oh yeah, that always did look pretty fantastic.
That's a good one. So, all right. So that's my first pick. I'm going to pass it on to you. You can pick any scale you want.
Okay, I don't have to go leader.
You don't
right
have to.
now?
You can move around. Just like put together your best team.
All right, I'm going to start with core because that's what you have first listed here,
that's
and
fine.
maybe that's easier for me to do. It's very difficult because I want to put all the Dinobots because that was a labor of love right there.
So can you say all Dino?
There's a little more than one pick. I'm not sure how we're going to get that in the bracket picture. Just have it like a changing I don't know.
If I had to put one, I think I'm going to put Scar just because he was the 6th one, and that was so much. That was a lot of anxiety of. I'm introducing a 6th Dinobot. What could possibly go wrong?
But I mean, it was a great success. Everyone
It was
pretty
pulled
hyped.
from the history. Everybody seemed to really like him. He's a chunky, sturdy little dude.
And if only we were, foreshadowing what's to come.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So 2024 is just around the corner.
Yeah. Let's try and seed some of that stuff in here to get them all excited. But yes, I'm going Scar for core.
Good choice. Good choice. All right. So Mark, you get to do back-to-back picks, but you can pick whatever scale you want to start. So you can.
I'm just gonna make it easy and go leader.
Okay.
And obviously, it's Skyquake for me.
Nice.
I think I worked on that character with Yuki-san, and just like the whole back and forth with Yuki-san, like trying to figure out what's the best aesthetic for that merge of Prime to Legacy, and satisfying the fans on all of it. it was quite the challenge, and I felt like at the end it was successful.
And the
I
needle
was
nose
like,
companion part too was great.
Yeah, a lot
there
of nice nods in there.
There was
They're
a lot of
yeah.
nice things going on there.
Yeah, we get comments from our good buddy Vincent all the time, and he's just like, "Why are you guys so good at this?" So it's awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
I love it.
That is
so
nice.
Yeah, I'll try and remember that on the days where I get screamed at for not being so good at my job.
all right, so that's your leader, but you get to pick 2 in a row.
That's my
So you
leader.
get to you can.
So I'm gonna go to core because that
Okay,
was also
okay.
mentioned as well, and I'm actually gonna pick. Now this might be a surprise to you guys. I'm going Sound Blaster.
Oh,
Because a
redeco.
black redeco of pretty much any character
Yeah.
is a win in my eyes.
Oh, that's the
Like,
sweet and sour sauce right there. Yeah,
it
that's-
really is.
Man.
That's just something that I'm always like, oh man, that looks good.
It does
Give
look
me
good.
that in black.
And I still
Thank
love that
you.
little cassette that it comes with, right?
Yeah,
that's
that was
such a fun little
definitely-
core.
yeah, the little brick.
slab.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
That was definitely a little cool
There was,
feature
like-
for that.
Well, the history of that mold is so fun because back in the day, that was pre-pandemic, I was working on Beyblade and Transformers, and then I got moved off, and then you took over that original Soundwave mold, and then you got to take it to completion, and then, yeah, you got to come back and do Sound Blaster.
And yeah, that
Oh.
was just a really good mold in itself. Any
Yeah.
kind of miniature sound wave actually is a win. I'm
true.
gonna say that.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Christmas ornament sound wave, yes, win.
I have one of
Yeah.
those. The back,
do
the
too.
Hallmark one. Oh, it's good.
I do too. It is.
It's
good.
funny. Before he ever got hired here, like I was just buying those. Like my dad used to buy me Hallmark ornaments every year for Christmas, so I was able. And then like when those came out, I bought them every year. I miss Optimus somehow, but I have the rest.
I'm sure
and then
he'll
I just
come
like
back.
yeah, I
Yeah.
like took a picture that first holiday that I worked here when I was an intern on the franchise team, and I was like, apparently I was meant to be here. Like, look at my 9 ornaments. So yeah, that Soundwave G1 ornament is beautiful.
It's
though.
pretty on point. Yeah, I had to pick it up.
That's a
I
good
had,
one.
Anyway, so now.
All right, so
This
now it's
goes
back to
back?
Evan.
No,
He
it
gets
goes
to
back
pick
to
whatever
you.
he wants here. Except core. You can't have any more core. I mean, unless you want to waste your wild card on it. You can put it in your wild card slot.
No,
You get a,
you know what? If
Oh,
you're
yeah,
bringing
the
up
wild
wild
card.
card, then it has to go to Javelin and Cascade.
oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that one.
Which one though? Do you say
Hey, it's a two-pack.
They come together.
Yeah, that's fine. That's how I'm getting around this. Talk about characters that we never thought we were going to be able to do, as you and I were speaking of before. Those were ones that, when I saw Javelin in the comic books, she was so cool. And I was happy that she kind of became a main character in the rebooted IDW universe.
Yep.
And then Cascade was kind of a, I have an alt head, what do I do? Here we go, we're going Cascade.
Yeah.
And it ended up working out.
No, that pack was great. We
I
got a lot of
I
feedback.
love that was like, you know, you take a studio series character and
Yep.
you put it into like almost like the legacy
It was
category.
It was a good body.
Yeah, it worked out.
That
It
RC
actually-
body was perfect for that.
That was a really good fig. I think, what did Sam work on that, a Ridge?
Yeah, he worked on the
Yeah,
original one.
Yeah, that's a really good figure.
That was good. That's a
Yeah.
good pick. That's a good item. Like the
Yeah,
whole
it was
capsule
cool.
was good. I mean, you worked on that capsule entirely, and like
Yeah.
there's a lot of good stuff in there. So I'm not going to say anything else about it because maybe there's going to be picks from it. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. for you guys.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. All right, here we go.
So back to me, I
Going
guess.
back to you.
I think I'm just going to go large figure here and just go all out. I don't think this will surprise anybody, as I've been hyped on this since we revealed it. And I'm going to steal Titan Nemesis here because Nemesis is so good.
Donnie Mommy. Titan.
Donnie Mommy. First female Titan. Very slender. There's a lot of good just like nods there. Sam just like started working on it. He's like, hey, when this converts, it's going to be very female feeling. So like, let's do it.
yeah.
And we kind of just like talked it over quick with our franchise team. We're just like, hey, we're going to make the first female Titan out of this because it's how it's going to look. And it was like, okay, that sounds cool. Like, let's get there. You know, as we continue to slowly build out the female roster within the world of Transformers overall, it's, you know, we have way more characters than most people know about, but we're definitely a little behind in the female characters in our line as, you know, they're not comic book-esque looking.
Well, it's
overall.
just the topic of gender in Transformers is always
Also,
fascinating because it's more like they are just feminine leading Transformers in a way because
they're all birthed from a well.
Yes, but the whole difference between like what is masculine, what is feminine, it's supposed to be like they have different operating systems.
Okay.
And it's just as
Good
human
call.
beings, we design them to look more human feminine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But that
Makes
is a good
sense.
pick, though. I mean, it's something to behold when you see the spaceship mode, and you're just like, oh, well, obviously, those of you who have the shuttle, I mean, the Ark, like, you get to put that next to the Ark, and it's just like that moment where you're like,
And
this,
then
this is happening.
Let them fight.
And then that whole like design feature that Sam was able to get in there, where the fin folds flat, so you can put it in like
that was cool.
flying
That was a
mode,
good
like on your
because that
table.
shape. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
you're just like,
how do I put this on a table?
I always thought that, too.
Yeah.
Like, how are we going to make that? Like, how is that going to be
I mean,
made?
other than standing it up vertically the whole time, which you can do, which is super fun as well. But
But a solution for the side is key.
Yeah,
that was a solid item.
it was a good
There
one.
was
All
so
right.
much good
So
stuff.
I've gone pretty.
so much good stuff.
I've gone pretty big so far, so I think I'll switch since you guys have both gone core, so I think I'm safe here. Take my core pick, and I'm going to go 86 Frenzy, who's red because this is a controversy in and of itself, right?
Oh man,
so-
your type out doesn't have hyphen red.
Wow.
So
Did not realize that.
yeah, so I'm gonna pick that red Frenzy. That was a big battle back and forth between Rumble and Frenzy.
It wasn't really a battle. It was a couple emails, just talking it over with Takara Tomy on just, hey, in animation they were this. So
Who is that with? Sui-san?
that was Hisui, and it was just with Takara. It was just talking about it with all of Takara Tomy, just about how, because in Siege when they kind of restarted everything, it was like we have established that now Rumble is red, Frenzy is blue. And my brain is just like, no!
That's exactly what I did
The
too.
error, like, my brain, But we got there, and it worked out fine in the end.
Nice.
So,
All right, so back to you. You get to pick now. Again, stuck in the middle of this beard sandwich as it was.
all right, since you did large figure, I'm going to have to do 86 Ultra Magnus. 'Cause he turned out to be a very chunky boy, but a very
he's a good
delicious
one.
boy.
That was a good guy.
When I was working on that with Tomo-san, we very much laid out, it's like, look, the reason I want to do this at Commander is that I want to do these features. Like, I want him to be big enough that when he's a car-carrying truck, he can carry a bunch
Carry
of
the
Deluxe
car,
cars.
yeah.
Looks great.
I also want you to be able to rip his arms off and recreate those Junkion scenes, just because Studio Series, we're supposed to be making it so that they can remake those scenes.
Yep. No,
And
that's
he
good.
just turned out to be a fantastic figure.
It was a good one.
Ultra Magnus, I believe, is very underutilized, I feel, in our 40 years. I mean, don't get me wrong.
As opposed to just the quick white redeco that we always do here and there.
I mean, I feel like that his character persona, especially in Prime, I really was on board with that character persona.
Kind of
in
like
Prime.
yeah, like the IDW rule upholding, like there can only be
I'm
one way.
into that.
Yeah.
I'm into that for Ultra Magnus, and I feel like he should have a bigger role.
So yeah, my favorite thing about Ultra Magnus, right, and I always forget who the voice actor is the fact that he's the voice of Flint as well. So it always kind of takes me out a little bit. Great character, but it just always is one of those things. So unlike with Starscream and Cobra Commander, Chris Latta plays a perfect buffoon, and I love that they're both voiced by the same people, and it makes me happy every time. So.
Of course.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so that's your large figure, Mark. Back to you. You get back to backs again. Where are you going?
Do
now?
I go large figure or?
I mean, you get to pick what you want here.
I didn't do my large figure.
You haven't done your large
yeah.
figure yet.
Oh, I'm gonna do large
Okay,
figure.
okay.
And I'm gonna pick Armada Optimus.
Of course. Yeah.
I mean, the resurgence of Armada fans really put it over the edge, I think, for me on this pick. And the fact that when we started talking about doing all like the universes from the past, I started dipping into my office and seeing what I had. Like, I kind of have a pretty, office just like you guys,
That's what we're
basically.
talking about.
So digging in, I ended up finding all like original concept art from like Aaron Archer and everybody about the Armada stuff.
Yep.
And I really like, I felt Armada come back to me where I was like, wow, this is
the spirit of Armada.
Yes, yeah. I also found some like Eric Siebenwaller stuff. And I got to show you guys some of the stuff that I found. It was pretty interesting. But yes, Armada Optimus, large figure.
All right.
Boom.
Next pick. You got. You have Deluxe,
that's right.
Voyager,
I got another pick
and
here.
Wild card left? No.
We're going wild card and we're picking Toe Line.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because that was my desk spot for so many years where I was just like, this guy's never going to get made again, ever. But I love him so, and then we ended up getting to do it, and it's just, the color scheme is just absolutely fantastic.
They're so good.
Colors, dude.
The colors look good. All right, Evan,
back to you.
Back to you, bud.
Here we go. Where are we at?
I guess we'll do leader.
You haven't done leader yet.
No, I haven't, and it's very difficult because there's 86 Snarl.
That's what I assumed you were going to pick.
I know, but that Optimus Primal is also really good.
It is.
But I guess I have to do 86 Snarl. I have 2 Dinobots on here. That's great.
I'm shocked.
Yeah. But yes, all the Dinobots that I work on with Hisui are just fantastic.
I'm glad we're stopping at 4.
Oh yeah, we're totally stopping.
Clearly not going to finish the 5
Hey, you
of them.
say that, but in the past there's been some missteps for a lot of different things.
Oh God! Can you imagine?
I know.
Yeah. They would never find you again.
Evan, it's been great working with you. So thanks for that, bud. All right. So I got Voyager, Deluxe, and Wild Card left. This one I think might be controversial. I might be stealing this one. I'm going to go Voyager. And I'm stealing Tarn.
Oh, that's a goodie. What a goodie.
I mean, clearly a Decepticon fan, that face mask, all the stuff that went into that. That might be my figure of the year if I had to pick from Transformers, I think. As much as I love Nemesis and how huge she is, I think there's just something about Tarn that's like that perfect character. So that's what I'm gonna go.
He was a big want for a while, and as soon as we got to talk to IDW and our publishing team, we were like, "Hey, man, we need to do this character." Yu-Gi-San killed it.
Such a good one.
Yeah, such a good character. Yeah.
All right, and since I have to pick back to back, I'm gonna go my wild card, and this one might actually throw both of you. I think maybe this is another steal too. I don't know. I'm gonna go retro pink hot rod because
wow,
I got a lot of feedback about that.
Man, that is the most wild of wild cards.
I know, that really is. I did not see that coming at all.
I think that one was really fun. We kind of finally shocked people a little bit.
I mean, it's National Pink Hot Rod Day.
Yeah. Our good friend Sixo, finally, he's like, finally! We get so many messages from him. I got to hang out with him in London. We had dinner, and it was just he's still talking about, are you going to do any more pink hot rods? Are there going to be more? You going to do the other things?
That whole program.
He's like, when are we going to do? When are you going to do?
Fantastic.
When are you going to do Generations pink hot rod? You have the
really
mold. Wink, wink. Just make it pink. Come on. So that's going to be a good wild card pick. I think. Again, kind of ruins my whole bad guy Decepticon vibe over here, but that one was a lot of fun.
You got your pink accent in there.
Yeah, a little bit. I like that retro program. It was a lot of fun to reimagine what the toy line could have been in 1986, but didn't have one.
Yeah,
and a great use of old tools in those animation accurate colors.
Funny because we never release toys that are not animation accurate when they come out.
No,
we don't do that.
Never. Not for lack of trying.
But it is satisfying, that series. It is very satisfying.
It is.
Good. All right,
it was nice to. Because whenever I show my friends that movie, they're always like, "Wow, yeah, he's pink."
Evan up at the screen with his Pantone book. Yeah.
Between the three different monitors,
like 3 Pantone books, more or less. Yeah.
All right, so the Voyager. Is it back to me, or are you picking?
Back to you. That was my second. I did Wild Card and Voyager, so back to you.
Our Voyager loadout is so stacked.
Ooh, yeah. It's tough.
Like Metal Hawk, like Leo Prime. 86 Ratchet, War for Cybertron, Optimus, and Megatron, they're all good.
Even Battle Trap was pretty sick.
Yeah, all the TF7 movie stuff is also great.
Yeah. Him especially, kind of, I was just like, whoa.
Yeah, the metallic orange that Sam got for that one, that came out freaking great.
Yeah.
I think I have to go War for Cybertron Optimus because I don't have an Optimus on here. Yeah.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, so that's
That
where
one-
I'm going.
Beef.
Instant
Yeah.
sellout. Everybody.
Beef.
It's all
Love
about
it.
him. So
Bring
that
the
one's pretty good.
beef.
And he has the 2 forms of the hatchets, which is very cool.
It's a good one.
Oh, yes. I have watched so many cutscenes and all the games, and I was just like, wait a minute.
All right, Mark. To you for your final pick.
Like you said, I'm gonna
Oh, no, it's not
go
final. You got 2
Voyager,
picks.
but it is very
Yeah.
difficult to pick Voyager. It's
Yeah, you've got Voyager and Deluxe, and yeah.
slamming. Yeah, Deluxe. I don't even want to think about. That's a tough.
Well, you're
one.
gonna have to immediately after Voyager. So,
All right, Voyager. I'm gonna go with Trashmaster. We're gonna go
Oh.
Junkions. We're gonna do the
That's a good one.
Junkions. That was really fun designing that with Ajima-san. Actually,
I forget, did you come up with the name Trashmaster too?
I had a couple of them, but
Okay.
I think Rebecca ended up coming up with that one. I picked out which
Rebecca's
will
our
go to
copy
Deluxe. Yes,
person.
yes, yeah. I just love, like, actually, I ended up going to a waste management place and looking and, like, walking around.
Oh, nice.
Dumps, like, dump trucks and everything.
Hey, you. What are you
To
doing here?
get the
Just take a picture. Don't worry about it.
basically. But, yeah, that
I
character
designed
came
toys.
out
I
cool.
need pictures. Leave me alone.
Yeah, the spiked mohawk.
How many
and
times is that
whatnot.
excuse gonna say?
Yeah. It was a goodie. All right, so we're gonna jump to Deluxe
Yeah,
here.
you
We're
gotta
jumping
do
to
Deluxe.
Deluxe. And obviously, all the Junkions are really amazing, and Crash Bar is really close to what I'm gonna pick. But I'm going Needle Nose.
Oh.
Going Needle Nose.
That's a little
something
shocking
about
to me.
Needle Nose. Something
Okay.
about him. I don't know what it
Target
was. I didn't, before I ended up working, I think I worked with Taku-san on him. Before that, I was like, Needle Nose is pretty solid. Don't get me wrong, he was great in the comics.
Mm-hmm.
But when we made the figure, and then like the articulation and the height and just the way he looked, did the details and everything, and I was just like, man, this guy is so strong. And then plus the Target Masters are always awesome.
Yeah. No,
You got
that's a
both
good-
of them in, yeah, both of them in there. That was amazing.
Which is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, so that's my pick
That
for
shocks
Deluxe.
me a little. I honestly thought your Deluxe was going to be Beachcomber. I really did. So
Don't get me wrong. I
was-
mean,
that
that
was a
was
good one.
that was really fun. My brother called me out on that one. He was like, "Dude, this is the best one that you've done."
oh man, the brother praise. It's
Yeah,
high.
that was big brother praise on that one. Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's definitely a runner-up. It's very hard to pick.
It is. There's a
Deluxe
lot
and
of
Voyagers.
Deluxes,
Yeah, it's hard.
The vintages don't count as deluxes. I take it. Or,
Oh, maybe they do. I
no,
mean,
price point wise, they don't stack
Yeah.
up.
So.
All right,
okay.
so where are we going?
We got Evan's got his final pick.
Yeah.
Funny, we all left Deluxe for last. I think
We
we're all just
did.
like, this is overwhelming. There's way too much here.
Well, yeah, it's the biggest breadth of the line,
Yeah.
which is what makes it so difficult.
Yeah, it really is.
I mean, we got Toxitron Deluxes.
Oh, I should
know,
have
that's-
picked. I should have
that's-
picked Bombshell.
well,
I should have picked Bombshell.
I know.
We still got we got G1 Cybertronian mode Jazz. You know, there's some options there.
There is some
so-
good stuff, like Studio Series 86 Brawn, like the TF7 Air
Oh,
Razor,
yeah, the Brawn
Bumblebee,
was
the
dope.
Nightbird, the Mirage. You put the freaking code names
Yeah,
on
sorry.
there, so it's
I,
just
I,
like...
pulled this, I pulled this from the rollout real quick so that we
No,
can have a list. You
and
know?
I appreciate you putting the list here because I would not have remembered any of
Yet
this.
again, that
Yeah.
TF7 Night. Thinking about it in my head, that was a really good figure. Like the
yeah.
TF7 designs are pretty solid.
Yeah,
Rise
they
of
are
the Beast,
incredibly solid.
There's some goodies there for sure.
But I think I have to go with Gen Select's Deluxe Magnificus.
Oh, good one.
Yeah,
Good call.
because as you
Good
talked about,
Deluxe.
a black redeco.
There's something about it.
There's something
and it's
about
just
it.
that one in particular.
Yeah, like with the toy face, and it turned out great.
Did I tell you I was at a flea market not too long ago and I seen the original, like it was kind of a bootleg version of that
Oh.
original mold, and I was like, what? Yeah.
Of Magnificus?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
it was a bootleg version though, for sure.
Okay.
So
You know
with some
what I
suits
mean?
on your
Yeah.
desk off camera then at home. Got it. Okay, I understand.
Okay.
I can read between the lines. All right, I gotta pick a Deluxe, huh? Final pick in the draft.
Final pick in the draft.
Oh,
Big,
this is always
lot
the
of pressure.
worst.
A lot of pressure.
Oh, the pressure.
I see you sweating under these lights.
This is difficult. So
Where you going?
let's see.
What are you doing?
All right, I'm gonna go Decepticon, or I guess we'll say Insecticon. I'm gonna go Shrapnel. I just love the
yeah.
three
Yeah.
Insecticons together, the way we worked on them.
Yep.
I don't know. If only maybe they're going to get redecoed at some point into other series or something.
Who knows?
Never. We don't do that.
That was such a staple when I first came out. I was like, Insecticons. We need them. We need them at Deluxe, and they need to look like the G1 counterparts. Like that's what they have to be.
Yep.
If only there's a few more to make. Yeah, who knows? Hopefully,
yeah,
someday.
you never know. That's right.
Look at these potential leaks are spilling right here.
We're making gifts for the holidays. We're just talking about things that
Spill that tea.
But we're not making the 5th Dinobot. I'm just gonna put that line in the sand. Let everybody be angry.
I'm literally afraid for my life.
So all right. So. That was fun.
Pretty
that was fun.
We had a good year. Clearly, there are way too many figures to pick from.
Yes.
We crushed it. We crossed the bar. We very much tried to celebrate Transformers fandom. I think we're going to continue that in 2024, 40th anniversary. We've been very clear. Legacy United. We're celebrating all 40 years of entertainment, right? With the exception of live action there.
That's what Studio Series is for.
Studio Series for, yeah. So. All right. Yeah, we'll see everybody in the new year. Thanks for hanging out with us. I know it's kind of long. Hope you had fun too.
Yeah.
We'll put that bracket up online. Tell us who your favorite characters are from 2023. And we look forward to seeing you all in the new year and talking about Legacy United the next time we all get back together.
I'm going to go hibernate for a while. Get some much needed sleep. I don't know about
play
you guys.
some video games for the holidays.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Yeah,
little
definitely.
break.
I'm gonna get in my footsie pajamas and play with Transformers. To do that.
I can look forward to that under the Christmas tree video of Mark. Make sure your wife sends that to us. We'll
I
get that
will,
up on
I will.
social, so.
Oh, for sure.
Good
All
stuff.
right. So,
All right, awesome.
Perfect. Till next time, happy holidays, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us.